Hey everyone, it's MJ. I'm just popping in to your feed today to chat a little bit about our spring magazine. So today is the last day of our launch special. So if you've been interested in the Crochet Foundry Spring magazine, today is the last day. I'm going to put the link in the comments as to where you can get that. Use my code MJ20 Facebook FB to get 20% off. So I'm going to put that in the link right now for you in the comments. So if you're interested, today is the last day of our launch special. So I'm just going to go over really quick that, and then I'm going to get into a Q&A so you guys can ask me questions. I've been doing an Ask Me Anything Monday, and I've been getting a lot of questions, and I do want to get a blog post out for you guys. I just haven't been able to do that yet because of the launch week with Crochet Foundry. I haven't been able to do a blog post, but I still wanted to hop on here and just answer your questions. A lot of you are asking about starting your own businesses, getting into your own business, pattern writing. So if you have questions for me, just pop them in the comments here. Right now I'm in my Facebook group, I'm on my Facebook page and YouTube. So wherever you're coming from, if you have questions, please just pop them in. So first I'm just going to run down a quick thing about the magazine. So I'm sure you've seen, if you're following me on social, that I'm part of Crochet Foundry magazine. We just released our spring issue. I'm so excited for this issue. It's just beautiful. There's 7 spring garments. 4 of them have full video tutorials, so you can find those videos on YouTube. Beautiful, beautiful garments for spring. A lot of them are beginner friendly, so if you're intimidated by making garments, I highly suggest you hop onto this deal. So right now with the 20% off code, you can get the magazine for only $12, plus you're getting 6 bonus patterns, and the bonus patterns are 2 tops, 2 shawls, a pair of socks, and a purse. So you've got a variety of extra patterns as well that are beautiful. So if you click on the link that I put in the comments, you can go and check out the spring magazine and all the bonuses you're getting. You're getting a custom fit guide, a style guide, you're getting a gauge guide. So all of those additional little PDFs, ebooks that are going to help you to make garments. So that's quickly. So my code again is MJ20FB or MJ20YT, whatever you put in there, you're going to get 20% off. So that's my spiel on the launch special. And the launch special is over today. You can still use my code after today. You're just not going to get the extra bonus patterns. If you get an annual subscription, you will still get the guides. So regardless of when you buy an annual, you'll always get the guides that are included with each magazine. Okay, so Melissa, you've got a question here. First of all, happy Monday to you as well, Melissa. And you're asking, thank you so much for saying that I'm the reason you crochet. Thank you so much. That is so nice of you to say that. And how to become a tester for me. I do have a blog post on my page with an application. So I ask you to fill out the application, and I do have a lot of trusted testers already. So I'm not always looking for new testers, but occasionally I am, if I don't have enough interest in a pattern I'm doing, because I do have a variety of patterns, because I do garments as well as the blankets and home decor. So it doesn't always fit everybody's taste, or depending on the timeline. Sometimes it's a really short timeline I can only give people. So I will find that blog post. I mean, you can always just Google MJ's Off the Hook design pattern tester, and it will probably come up, but if not, I will find that for you. So I have another question here I'm just going to put up. So it's asking me to do another men's sweater for spring. I would love to do another men's sweater. So you did it. So sorry, can't show you because I ruined it. Oh, that's so bad. Yeah, you have to be so careful. I usually hand wash all of my crochet garments and lay them flat to dry. Definitely reading the label is important to make sure that you're following the directions for the yarn you're using. I would love to I actually wanted, my husband was maybe gonna model that again for me and get some like outdoor winter photos. But I do want to get some more men's stuff coming. It's just fitting it into my schedule. Lately, I've had a really, really busy schedule, so I'm not getting to all the things I want to get to, but I'm hoping to do some more, even boys. My son is always asking me to do something for him that he can model. And he's almost fitting into probably a men's small now. So I am hoping to maybe come out with some more men's garments that I can put on my YouTube channel and just offer. It's not as popular, obviously, as women's garments, so it's just fitting it in. Hi, Brenda from Mexico. So some of the questions, let me just go over, because you've been asking me these questions on Ask Me Anything Monday. And I did have a chat already with Lear from Ribbler. If you're starting into pattern writing, I highly suggest you check out Ribbler, R-I-B-B-L-R. Ribbler is a great platform to start writing patterns. It really takes you step by step through the process. So I highly recommend it. You can link videos, all of those things. I mean, a lot of stuff with pattern writing is just doing your research, and even becoming a pattern tester is a great way to get started, because you can see a lot of different people's writing style and maybe kind of learn a lot as you go. So finding your right niche and becoming a pattern testers are great ways to kind of get started. I started out writing my patterns in Pages, I guess Word initially at the very beginning before I had my Mac, but I write my patterns in Pages. Some people use design software to do them. So InDesign, you could put your pattern into InDesign, but Ribbler Ribbler is an interactive platform. So if somebody has bought your pattern in this platform, it's actually interactive for them. So you're not going to have your particular branding within that platform, but you can still create like your own pattern outside. And depending on how good you are at, graphic design or using different software, you can get really unique and special with your patterns. Mine, I guess, are more plain format for now. I'm actually looking at maybe getting into doing more ebooks and doing some, more professional looking formatting with my patterns, because I just find that really fun. Canva is a great place to go. It's free to start, but if you pay for the upgraded package of Canva, you can create so many amazing things in Canva. You can do your ebooks, you can do all sorts of things. I use it for my pins, my video pins, most everything I create, I do it in Canva. And I have the paid platform, which allows you to put your branding, you can put your logo, you can create logos, you can have all of your colors. So it's a really great tool that I highly, highly suggest using if you're getting into your own business. It's definitely something that I would take a look at. So if you guys do have any more questions, please just pop them in the comments. I'm more than happy to answer. Now, my business started out, let me just explain a little bit how I got started into this business. So I picked up crochet just as a hobby. My daughter was taking a knitting and crocheting class at school. I had learned to knit when I was a child from my nan. She had taught me like the basics of knitting. And I've always been a crafty person. I love DIY. I love crafts. So I was just always drawn to yarn. My daughter took this class and I was like, crocheting, I had never even seen somebody, seen anybody like crochet before. So I didn't even know. I was so green to crochet. I had no idea how you used a hook. Knitting needles I was okay with, but I had no idea. So I went and bought actually a CD-ROM to learn how to crochet. I was looking in the Walmart section, looking at yarn with my daughter, and I just picked up a CD-ROM to learn the stitches. YouTube, there was lots of YouTube stuff out there at the time. This was like 2012-ish that I started looking. So there were YouTube videos, but I had not got into YouTube videos at that point. So I learned to crochet from this CD-ROM. Then as I learned the stitches, I then went to YouTube to learn how to make some hats and different things. So it happened all rather quickly for me. I learned how to crochet. Of course, like things have changed. Like the competition is a lot harder now than it was when I started. I specifically remember Repeat Crafter Me, Sarah, her blog, looking at her adorable. She had at the time, it was like her owl hats. And I think she had a monkey hat, like the sock monkey hat. She had a lot of her like hats and stuff on her blog at the time. So I specifically remember Sarah's blog. There were a few others, can't remember their names off the top of my head, but I was looking at their blogs and just adored the stuff that they were making. So I just started making hats right away. And I had Megan, my youngest, was only just over a year, like a year and a half at the time. So of course I wanted to make her cute hats and all that sort of thing. So I started making hats, and a lot of my friends were like, oh, you should sell them. So I thought, oh, that may help pay for the yarn. Like this is how it all started. I thought, well, this will help pay for my yarn, sell a few things. So I started doing that, and then a lot of people were just loving what I was making. So I ended up getting my product into a local store, selling my stuff in a local store. And then I started just selling through Facebook. I didn't have an Etsy shop at that point. I wish now looking back that I did have the Etsy shop, but I was just using my Facebook page to sell products. And I got so busy, and it honestly just snowballed from one thing to the next. Like I started selling in the store. I got really busy just stocking the store, filling orders on my own. So that's kind of how it happened. And to be honest, I started designing my own stuff right away. I didn't understand a lot about gauge at the time. I tried following a few patterns, but I looked mainly at them for inspiration and just started creating my own stuff. I tried to make things pretty quickly because of the amount of orders I had to keep it within. And somebody asked me about that too, about how to price their items. I tried to keep everything within 1 to 2 hours. You know, if it was something really extensive, maybe 3, but I tried to keep everything really quick. So I started designing a lot of my own patterns, putting them in the store. And then after doing that for a while, like maybe a year and a half, I was getting so busy. I was booking out months in advance. And I thought, I need to start making more money at this. This has become a full-time job, but selling finished product, you're very limited, excuse me, with what you can financially make. So I just started doing my research about blogging and other ways that I could start making money. People were starting to ask at that point for my patterns. So I was on the fence. And maybe some of you that have designed feel this way too. You sell your pattern and then that's out in the world for everybody. Like my hats and the things I were making were unique before that. Like people weren't making hats like that. So they were unique. So selling the pattern meant that I was sort of giving away my secrets, so to speak. So, and at the beginning, you don't know like how many people are going to even buy your pattern, if it's going to be worthwhile. So that's kind of where my business started. I'm just going to take a look at the questions quickly if I need to answer any before I keep moving on with that. So this Kate has a funny, weird question. Are you ticklish? If so, where? My rib area, under my arms, my feet, I am very ticklish. My husband loves tickling me and getting me going. So I'm a very ticklish person. So yes, I am ticklish. And Erin is asking that, okay, I have a 12-year-old daughter and she would love for her to learn to crochet. Not sure I could teach her. Is it a class you would recommend? I have beginner tutorials on my YouTube channel. I actually have a playlist that covers a lot of beginner stuff. She could check my videos out and see. It starts from the very beginning of just holding the yarn, learning how to hold the yarn and chain, That's sort of my first video, very, very basic. And then I just go through some of the basic stitches. And that's how I learned. I feel like if you can learn how to hold the yarn and chain, you can, from there, you can, I think, do anything. It's just learning, and that simple single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, get her started on those. If she can figure out how to hold the yarn and chain, I think really, I feel like you can learn to do anything from there. So starting out with, try some of my tutorials. If she doesn't click with them, there's all kinds of other YouTubers out there that have video tutorials as well. You can just search beginner crochet, learn to crochet on YouTube, and you can find all kinds of videos that can help get you started. And it really is sometimes just finding a person that you click with, that you like watching, and go from there. But I find, like, for myself, I'm very visual, so having those tutorials on YouTube are, and this is where my channel kind of started, with me starting to crochet. A lot of people were asking me to teach, so I then just started the YouTube channel and started showing like what I was learning. And I still feel like I'm still learning. I'm still not, you know, I feel like there's still so much to learn in the crochet world, but I've learned so much, and I just try to teach you guys what I have learned and try to make things simple. Like, I find a lot of things are simpler than you think they are to create, and I hope that my tutorials, you enjoy them and that they're easy to follow. So let me see if there's some more here that I can answer. Hello, I love the yarns behind you. Do you think you could video the types of yarns you have? A lot of the chunky ones are Sugar Bush Yarns Chill, and I sell them in my shop. I do have a yarn shop on my blog that you can go look at the yarns. I also have a lot of We Crochet yarns. Some of those are back there as well. But yeah, I would for sure, I'll do a video and maybe just go through my attic space up here with all the yarns I have. I have a real soft spot for Sugar Bush yarns, so I do sell them in my shop, but I'm also an ambassador for We Crochet, and I absolutely adore their yarns as well. They have such a huge variety. The price points are amazing. Like, you have your really affordable yarns up to your more expensive yarns. So it's great. Yeah, I love my yarn cubbies. This attic space we renovated specifically for my office, and it was just one of those attics where you pull the ladder down in the stairs, and the ladder came down, and it was just insulation and not usable space up here. We would just sort of store things. It had no floor. So we completely renovated this, and it's been amazing for me. I'm able to film up here, work up here, have my own space for all of my yarn, and it's been amazing because we have 4 kids, so we didn't have any spare bedrooms. Really, our house isn't big enough to have an area for me at that point to even, I mean, yarn was just everywhere in bins, and even our basement, most of our basement isn't even finished. It's just kind of this is an old farmhouse, so it wasn't finished, so I would just store stuff in bins in the basement. So this has been amazing. I'll keep going through questions though. Okay, so Erin asked again, what would you recommend starting with? And I would again say start with that. Learn how to hold the yarn and chain, and then start with just the basic stitches to start out with. Request for a round neck button from Cardigan. Yes, I would love to actually design that. So sort of like the cardigan I have behind me, but going from the top down is what I'm thinking you're meaning. I do want to do a lot more everything I've done top down has been really, really popular. So yes, I do want to get more of those tutorials out. On my mind right now though, I really want to do a tutorial like the cardigan behind me, but in a lighter weight yarn for the spring. Simple, like I love the one piece designs. They're so easy with just limited seaming. I love doing designs like that, and I just love the fit of that one behind me so much. I really want to do something in lighter weight for spring, but doing a top down like that as well, I would love to do. That is on my list of things that I'd love to actually do one with a hood, a top down, and then add the hood to it. So I'm just coming back through the questions here. What is your favorite yarn to work with? You know what? That's a hard thing for me because I do really love working with bulky weight yarns because of the speed, but it depends on the project. I do love worsted weight because it's so versatile. I'm telling you, I don't know if I can pick a favorite. And I'm really loving like DK Sport, even fingering for garments, just because they're lighter, not as bulky. My newest design for the spring is in this yarn here, which is a thread yarn. And because it still works up fairly quickly because it's a beautiful lace stitch, it's nice and it's perfect for spring, summer wear. And I really, really enjoyed even working with this fine yarn, even though I would say that bulky is probably my favorite. For garments, I do really enjoy working with the lighter weight yarns. Now I'm currently working on a new collection of blankets that I'm using worsted in some of them. And I'm not sure when this collection is going to come out because I honestly, this year for me, I really want to focus on self-publishing. I want to self-publish some books. So I'm working on a collection, so it could be a bit of time before it comes out. But this blanket in worsted weight took me a long time. For me, it was really time consuming. And that's where but I love how it's come out in the worsted weight. It's still actually fairly heavy. It would even look amazing in a sport or DK weight. I'm not going to show it to you because it's still a secret, but I'm looking at it down here on the floor because I need to finish. I'm working onto the border. So it's pretty exciting, but it is more time consuming for me because I create so much. I'm so busy. It is harder working with those lighter weight yarns just because of the time commitment. But they do come out beautiful. And I know a lot of people, I've been polling you and you love worsted weight. Worsted weight is a big favorite. So in this collection, I definitely wanted to offer some of those options instead of bulky because, you know, most of my blankets are with a bulky or super bulky weight yarn. So let me just see, there's lots of comments here. So I'm going through them. I have a lot of plants in the nursery pots and I would like to make baskets for them in many sizes, but not very much options. Can you help? I do have 2 basket patterns that have, I think, at least 4 sizes. The bauble one recently, and this new collection I'm actually working on. You will freak when you see these baskets that I'm making to go over plants because we have quite a plant collection. My 18-year-old daughter is absolutely obsessed with plants. And these new baskets, this collection I'm working on is going to be modern boho. It's so beautiful, and there is going to be more basket patterns. But I do have my rustic farmhouse nesting baskets as well as the bauble baskets I did. And they do have YouTube videos, only one size on YouTube, but the pattern includes more sizes. So you can check them. I have some of my plants here. This one's really fun. I like to use them for my photography as well, but we love our plants. I've got my spider I'm working on here. I need to repot him into something bigger because he's really growing well, but we love plants and doing baskets for them as well. So I do have a couple and one is coming. I'm hoping for May, June to get this collection out, but we'll just see how things go. So I will sell the patterns individually, but my focus right now is I really want to put them into a book and have an ebook and a self-published print book available as well. So that's kind of my goal for this year. Okay. Francesca started crocheting at age 20. And she's just asking here, let me put this up, of the red and black hat, and I thought to use that crocheted dress or pull. Oh, the pattern would be beautiful in that. I would definitely suggest a really fine yarn for that, but experiment and play around. You never know with what you can come up with, and check for patterns online as well, because you may find something that you could do for that too. So let me just see if there's some more I need to answer. Okay, I feel like I'm getting a cold. It's not like full on, but I feel like my voice just keeps Cracking. So somebody's saying here she's looking forward to making the Bora Bora sleeveless cardi. Thank you so much. I hope you love it. I would be wearing mine right now. I haven't got it back in the mail from the photography yet, so I'm excited to get it back. It's a little chilly here actually still. So, but for the summer, I almost would like to make one in white as well. I would love it in white for nice and fresh for summer. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm new to crochet terms. Not sure what that is. Yeah. It takes a while to learn all of the terms, that go along with crochet. I have over 80 plants. Yeah. That's a lot. I don't have that many, but definitely, that's a lot of plants. You're going to be making a lot of baskets. There's lots of fun patterns out there. I have a couple, have one coming, but there's definitely a lot. So yes, there's still lots of questions coming, but let me just get back again to my story. So I started with making finished products and decided I needed to expand my business in order to make more money. For myself, it really, everything happened so organically and just sort of snowballed for me. I know a lot of people, it's a lot of hard work, a lot of passion, and a lot of time to go into building a business. It's for sure. And knowing your stuff, doing your research. I spend so much time listening to podcasts, watching YouTube videos, just learning. Like when I'm out for a walk, I'm watching a YouTube video. When I'm in the evenings when I'm crocheting, I'm watching YouTube videos just to learn and get as much information. There's so much information out there, and sometimes it's just watching through and finding things that click for you. I'll be like, oh, that was a jackpot of a video I found, like teaching me information on what I want to learn. So you've always got to be researching, and it's ongoing. It's ongoing. I found with each parts of my business, I would take, like this year, I'm looking into self-publishing. Each year I like to take something and really focus well on it. We have to be in all the places. I find you need to really diversify your business. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. So you can't just be on Facebook, or you just can't be on Instagram. You need to get into all the platforms, be in different places, have income streams coming in from different areas. So I'm bringing in blog revenue through ads. I'm bringing in YouTube revenue through my YouTube channel. I'm selling patterns, so I'm bringing in revenue from that. I'm an affiliate for companies, so I'm bringing in income through that. So there's so many different, as an ambassador, I'm bringing in revenue, being part of magazines and bundles and different things. So there's lots of places, plus my shop. I have my shop, so I'm bringing in revenue from there. So if one suffers, hopefully you can be bringing in enough income to sustain your business overall. And I guess for me, I started, because my patterns went viral, and that's where things happen very organically for me. I started publishing in May of 2015, and right away, like within a few months, my patterns went viral. So that just exploded my business very quickly. But I didn't want to continue to just rely on pattern sales. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know, like, would that continue? Would people keep buying the patterns? I didn't really know. So diversifying my business has really helped me to bring in income from different areas. And for me, like my YouTube channel has really, really grown. And even when I wasn't super focused on it, my YouTube channel was growing. And I really have had a passion for teaching. So I've definitely tried to keep, and just getting better at what I'm even doing on YouTube, which is, I feel like I've had to learn everything from scratch, so to speak. Like I didn't have background training in this. My background is accounting. So I am a business-minded person. But a lot of what I've learned with my business is just by learning it and researching and just learning it on my own. Okay, I'm just looking at questions. You've been the best channel that has helped me enjoy crocheting and not getting frustrated. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. And again, I'm just trying to teach like what I've learned and make things simple for people that you can create beautiful things. Garments, I try to encourage people that if you've only made blankets, you can still make garments. Follow along with some of my easy patterns, like the crop cardigan you see behind me. It's a really easy one to make. It's just all done in one piece, so it's really simple. It's a herringbone. It's a herringbone double crochet, which is a really simple stitch to make and create throughout. And even learning my garments, I've just had to research and play, play with it as I go. And I don't know, each of the platforms I'm on, I've just had to do my research and keep learning and just keeping out there. I've become very, very successful, but I've had the luck of those. I don't know if it's luck, because I've had several patterns go viral. So a part of it is being unique and creating designs that people love. I've had a lot of viral patterns. I mean, my most popular is the hooded owl blanket by far. The shark blanket and the mermaid were really close to that. The owl's been really popular. The llama has been really popular. My woodland collection, it went viral. It's been super popular for me as well. So my blankets have done really, really well for me. But on YouTube, I found that a lot of you guys that are here with me on YouTube love the garments, and the garments are doing super well. One-piece garments, people love that. So I'm kind of in two areas. I haven't stuck to one niche, which sometimes they say to do that, but I have a really hard time. I love creating so many different things that I do have the garments as well as the blanket designs. But I've taken a lot of your time. I've been on here for a long time now, but keep asking me questions. I'm going to have an Ask Me Anything like Monday post, and you can go back and look at some of them. So I'm trying to put those up weekly or every other week, just for you to ask me questions. And I do want to create a nice blog post for you going through kind of my process and how I've grown my business. But yeah, just keep asking me questions. Sometimes I can help you, and sometimes I can't, like depending on my expertise. But whatever I can help you with, I don't mind sharing what I've learned. So I'm just going to quickly buzz through if there's any last questions before I go. How much time do you spend on your business each week? Ooh, I spend a lot of time, to be quite honest. And I think with COVID, I've been home more. I've spent even more time. I would definitely say more than 40 hours. I think with this kind of business, it is difficult. I do need to make time for my family as well. And I love that I'm home, that I have flexibility, that I can be there for them. But I put so much time into crocheting as well as running the business. So that's where it really pushes you over the top. So like I could spend 4 hours, even sometimes longer in the evenings, just crocheting. And then I put in a full day of work, usually every day. Like I get up, kids are off to school, I'm in the office working. So unless I have that flexibility to take a day off, I'm in the office working all day, whether it's on patterns, answering emails, questions. Like there's a lot of customer support that you have to do with the business. It's like checking Ravelry, checking Etsy messages. I have some admin help. I'm starting to get my daughter trained to help me more with social media. I've had social media managers hired in the past. It's really hard. It's a hard balance because I like to be part of my community and I want to be in there, but I also need help because it does become a lot. So my daughter's helping to do a little bit more scheduling. I share other people's work on my pages. You probably see I share affiliate links to other Etsy shops promoting other people's patterns. And my daughter's been helping me find some of those cute patterns to share, helping, with just posting on social media for me. So I find I take a lot of it on myself, and sometimes it's hard to delegate at work, which I need to do more of. I probably need more help even with my blog, that I could have more blog posts. So I'm looking at maybe hiring some more help for that as well, because I do find I sometimes spend so much time on admin, it's hard to get to the designing, which is what I really love doing. So, and I know I may have to slow down this year if I want to self-publish. So it's gonna take some time to get those books, the books done. So how do you keep up with orders? I no longer crochet finished items to sell. So I don't do that anymore. But just crocheting the pieces for photography is a lot of work. And I do have, I have hired people to help with some of that. So if it's a design that I can design and pass off to someone else to crochet, I also hire people to do that as well. So I will go through the comments, and if I've missed anything, I will just pop in and comment after the fact, because I do have to hop off now. I'm actually going to be going live with the Crochet Foundry girls. So if you want, actually, I think it's just going to be actually me and Laureen today, for some reasons that not everybody can be on there. But if you want to check out Laureen and I over in the Crochet Foundry Facebook page or the Makes group, we'll be going live just to kind of wrap up the final. And I think we're giving away one more magazine. So if you want to jump over there, you can. So thanks so much, everyone, for just joining me today on my channel just for this live. And again, if you want to catch all the bonuses for the magazine, you need to purchase that today, because today's the last day. Okay. Bye, everyone. Have an awesome day, an awesome Monday.